Food and Fuels radio show.
Alright. Hello, Wisdomers, and how are we? I'm back. I hope you're well. Sure is good to be back here on this Saturday night, as I am, just always love. Sorry about that. But I always love, getting on the show and sharing my ideas about what it is to live in hard times at the moment. And I guess for me, at this stage, I am going through a bit of hard times as well. Eh, you know, 2023 now. It's one of those interesting years. The start of this year that I have had. And what I'm trying to say now is, life can, things do come up, I guess, the last minute. They do. And I feel no matter how much of these referendums that's going on in Australian Parliament now at the moment, and despite all these ridiculous laws that are being passed, it can't stop your happiness. And I'm telling you that for a fact. It cannot stop you from being happy. It has to look at ways and strategies for going through hard times in life at the moment. I mean, I guess life is what you make it out to be in the hard times. You can choose to either, let depression get to you. You could choose to let anxiety get to you. You know, and I think that now I guess now is a time for us to open up to the great divine being of the universe and seek out your true path and your true destiny at the same time. And I know for me as well, when I've got a lot going on in my life lately as well. And, I just think that I'm only put on this earth to live once in my life. And so as I sit here now and share my honest views for you, and know that well, yeah, life will, make you or break you at this stage. But it was like I felt called this week to publish another affirmations for musicians and content creators track. And I did that, and yeah, it was, wonderful to just create another meditation video and see for myself how I can just be in the present moment in life, for starters. I mean, it's been one of, like, when you've got so much shit going on in your life, and you know that well, what it is that I am here to do, and here to, I guess, speak up for myself about suffering from, depression and anxiety disorder and autism. It's not going to stop me from wanting to overcome the obstacles that I believe in life as well. And I think the more that we, overthink to the point where it's ruining our lives, the worse it gets for the mind, body, and soul. But in order for us to live a healthier, happier life, we've got to find out, when is the time to, make those choices, I guess. When is the time to seek and, ye shall find in this world? Now, I said it before, again, like every day is changing. And I think now we've got to look at, I mean, what is it that you What is it you really want for yourself going ahead? What is it that you believe in to know the truth and your self passion, despite when you're going through a down spot and a rough patch in your life right now? For me, it's every day. I mean, since I've recovered from coronavirus over Christmas, which was a shit time to have it. You know, looking back, having COVID, it was like I felt trapped inside the house, and I don't know, time, it just couldn't sleep properly, was just very restless, ended up having leg cramps, and I just felt this restlessness coming in my life and agitation. But the 2 weeks went by, and there's so much fear and misinformation out in the news media. I don't know, but the point is, I went for a rough patch. Right now, I've recovered. My stamina has improved, but it took a couple of weeks to get back to my 100% stamina to start getting back to heavy workouts in the gym again. And then from then on, after that, it's been a wild roller coaster, but it's important that stay positive and stay healthy and stay motivated to get out of my comfort zone during this time and process that I am living in right now. I guess miracles do happen, whether we see them or not. I've spoken before about animals and the spiritual kingdom, and how much I believe that certain animals are spiritual. Like, you see some animals, maybe they're giving you a sign from the universe to hang in there. Every day I try my best, but we all have bad days and we all have good days. But most importantly is I just keep working hard. What I'm doing, I keep on pushing myself to 100%, and I keep on knowing my true path and my true destiny for what I do as well. And I've said it before on my show about society now is a throwaway society. Like, no one appreciates anything anymore. For me, I think that we've got to, look at the truth in our lives and what we do want now for the world to be, and to, help make the world a better place for yourself. Even with the problems going on politically, we've got to find out, well, what is the answers to these problems that we have. As I believe in myself now, I'm a content creator, and being a content creator makes me happy, and that's what I do. It makes me very happy believing in myself and staying up to date with what I'm doing now. All right, the weather right now is 25.1 degrees Celsius. Feels like 27.8 degrees Celsius. It's going to be the low of 21 degrees Celsius and a top of 30 degrees Celsius. It was today 0 to 1 millimeter of rain, mostly clear. Current weather now, east southeasterly, 6 kilometers an hour wind, 6 kilometers an hour gust, 74% humidity. And, tomorrow it's going to be sunny with storms predicted at a low of 21 degrees Celsius, top of 30 degrees Celsius. Monday, showers predicted, low of 20 degrees Celsius, top 25 degrees Celsius. Tuesday, sunny with showers predicted, a low of 19 degrees Celsius, top of 27 degrees Celsius. Wednesday, sunny with showers predicted, low of 19 degrees Celsius and a top of 29 degrees Celsius. Thursday, sunny, partly cloudy, a low of 18 degrees Celsius, top of 31 degrees Celsius. Friday, sunny with showers predicted, a low of 16 degrees Celsius, top of 32 degrees Celsius. Sunday, sunny, low of 14 degrees Celsius and a top of 29 degrees Celsius. So even we're seeing that now, how there is changing weather right now. That, if we learn to, I guess, adapt to the times that we are living in now, the better we become, without relying on too much BS out there with news articles that, don't tell the truth as they are. But I do believe that, despite all the coronavirus pandemic that we've had for the last 2 years, I think too, more importantly, it's been a learning experience for us. It's been one of those options where we've had to, know what we need to do going ahead. and moving forward in life. Because everything these days is material items only. You know, is only material items. But I truly believe in having as much discipline as we can, because discipline is key to your success and your journey. Even, we might be going through the hard times, but as long as we have our discipline, that's the most important, to keep on showing up in the hard times and having a strong mindset, a strong mind, body, and soul in order to, seek your true path and your true destiny at this stage. I think too, it's one of these things in life is we've got to certainly keep looking forward to more answers to questions as to why certain things are happening right now. And I think now it's another year, it's 2023. And I think that we've got to definitely go for our dreams and our hopes and desires to bring forth your true path and your true calling in life.
How you do, Steven?
Hello.
Blessed morning to you.
Good.
How you been?
Charlie, how are you?
I'm doing good. How you been, though?
Good. Where are you from?
I'm from Canada. We talked before a while ago, a long, long time ago.
Yeah, what have you been up to?
Keeping all the trouble and trying to keep my mind from negativity and, and make a happier, you know, path in my life instead of going down the wrong one.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah. Yeah. I've been creating content and been podcasting on wisdom, which has been fun. And just, yeah, keeping fit, music as well. So did a couple of film scores for YouTube, and it's
Ooh,
been great.
nice one. And stuff. Like, what kind of film scores do you do for, like, what kind of videos and stuff?
Just some documentaries and some sci-fi film as well. And there was some like video game stuff I did, and it's just been great to just try out new things. And I've just lately been writing lo-fi music, which has been,
You like that lo-fi kind of relaxed kind of tone and all that, like the
yeah,
study music they call it, like for people to study to if you have a hard time relaxing to
yeah.
study and all that. Yeah, I like that. I just got into that about maybe 3 years ago, the lo-fi, because I was more of a trip hop guy.
Hmm.
If you know what trip hop is, it's like a form of lo-fi music, but more hip hop ish.
Mm. Mm. And I've got some meditations for musicians with affirmations, and it's got the lo-fi music. So if you ever feel you've got writer's block, it'll give you inspiration to improve. and overcome
Okay.
fear
So
of
you ever get
rejection.
that? Like my question, I know this is your platform, but I like to ask questions to people and get whatever. Um, Writer's block. Let's talk about that
Yeah.
for a second because me, where I'm a freestyle artist, I don't really get writer's block because me,
Mm,
like my freestyle, I could just bring out a piece of paper and do the same thing what I was going to do without the paper, right?
mm,
But before, when I used to write poetry, like I write poems and
mm,
stuff, I would get writer's block. Like, what can I put with, like, her eyes are so
mm,
big and bold? What can I go
mm,
with that? And I'm there for about 5 to 10 minutes and then I give up. Like, how do you
mm.
get past that? Like, what is your method to get past that writer's block?
Sketch technique. Just get it straight away on paper. I think what you're saying is you're thinking too much. Just let the creativity come through. Next thing you might put it down for a day and then come back and you'd be like, oh yeah, that works. And it's like you just practice and you just the more you do, the better you get. The same with poetry, any creative work. That's how I look at it.
I'm listening. No, I like
Yeah.
if you got more to add to it, you don't add more to it because I know there's more. Like me, like
Mm,
my writer's block now. If I get into that, I'll just put on some old school hip hop boom bap to listen to
mm-hmm,
their lyrics to get me back in
mm-hmm,
that flow because you know how somebody can kill your vibe. So they'll put on some
mm.
Britney Spears. You're in your vibe. Bump into some Biggie, then somebody comes in with Britney Spears. Your whole vibe is gone. Now you're rapping about, girl, you got a booty, instead of rapping with your, you know. It's like, what about you? Them distractions when people come in and all that. How do you get past them distractions?
I think too that that's going to happen, and then your mind's just got to be focused. And like I said, about say 2 hours in the morning, and that's when I'm in the mindset. There's one thing, Eminem, he would always have a draft pile. So if he threw out any songs that didn't work and he had writer's block, he would go to that, and so that would help get creative. But
Mhm.
everyone's got their own methods of creativity. Those are my tips that I've suggested.
Oh
It's
yeah, yeah.
just enjoy the process and don't be too hard on yourself when you might have a bad day.
Ooh, give me some jewels. Yeah, give me some jewels when I'm up here. Let me know that can what can get me if I'm in a bad day. How can I get out of a bad day? Because you know everybody have different methods. Your
Mm,
methods work for me. You know what I mean? Than other people's methods. So yeah.
mm. And listen to other people's music as well. And then what you can do, you can pick up on their style. Poetry, I'd say read other poetry, and the more you read other poetry, that's how you learn to do it. Creative work, I'd say creativity is something that it can't be taught. It's a skill that develops over time,
What got you into
practice.
what got you into doing scores and films like that for YouTube? What got you into that?
Hans Zimmer, Pirates of the Caribbean, always wanted to write like a Beethoven. Um, so that's what got me into it. And it's amazing just to write music notes on a piece of paper.
You know, and as I'm asking you these questions, I'm going with your theme, going through hard
Hmm.
times, how to be happier. Music makes
Hmm.
you happier. See, you get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? We're talking about the
Hmm.
music. So find your happiness, and your happiness is music. And when you get that happiness, you're gonna share your qualities, what you got, brother, because you got some good
Hmm.
qualities, you know?
Hmm. Thanks, Charlie. And have you got any music projects that you're working on as well
The
since we
one
last
that is
spoke?
up there right now, the picture with my face looking down, called Brainstorm. That's the one I'm thinking about releasing on TuneCore to be through TuneCore, TuneCore, so I can put it on other platforms, the distributor. So I'm thinking about using them, and because they got a good deal, $18.99, and it puts it to Spotify and iTunes and all that, and you can release up to like multiple albums a year or something. So because before when I was releasing music on there, I was paying $11.99 for each song, or $39.99 for a whole album. So it's like, okay, I started doing the whole album thing, but still that was costly because you would have to update it every year for another $39.99 or $11.99 for each song, right? And you're like, wow, I'm not making nothing on this, I'm just an underground guy. But don't let that discourage you, that
No,
hard work will pay off maybe in the end for you. Just one of them podcasts or songs or things you're doing might hit somebody's soul.
exactly. My do some research on music distributors because what you're paying is a bit too expensive. I've been
Yeah,
with
well, it's
TuneCore and yeah,
yeah.
I wasn't happy with them. Have you put your stuff on Bandcamp as well?
I did go to Bandcamp. I made a profile. I forgot the password, so there's a song on there. There's a song on there that's streaming right now without me knowing what it's doing and stuff. So I don't. Yeah, Bandcamp is another one people try if they're a underground artist or just trying to get out there. But I've been seeing a lot of mainstream artists on there now. So
Yeah, it's
what
good.
about? I'm on SoundCloud. I got an album on
Yeah.
there now, a mixtape on there that I made free for download. You know what I mean? And I
Mm,
was saying, should I just go on SoundCloud and register as a SoundCloud artist or whatever, and get the star there and put it out on there and stuff?
that's where I started on
But then it's
SoundCloud as
only
well.
on that platform though. Then I don't get it going to any other platform.
Yeah.
So it's like, who?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
There
gonna pop
was
back up if you got any other distributors. I heard of There's one called Master or something.
United Masters. They're pretty good.
Yeah, what about them? You hear anything good about them or?
I use them. They got a uh free distributor. They just take a commission out of your royalties, but at least United Masters does not rip artists off like other music distributors are doing, as we've seen in the music industry these days, where it seems to be costing money just to distribute your work
Yeah, like before
as
when I
well.
first started out, because I started out with CDs, so it cost money, but it didn't. I would make 100 CDs for like $200, sell them for $5 a
Mm,
pop, and make almost like a $400 profit back then. Now
mm,
I made more money. I ain't gonna lie. When I was an underground guy selling out my backpack, then and
mhm,
selling from mom and pop stores, than doing digital. Like
mm,
I never. I made my first royalty check on digital from TuneCore was $11
mhm.
and 87 cents. I'm
Yeah,
like, that's less than what I paid to put the CD out.
I know. But yeah, unfortunately, these days there is no music industry anymore. It's so digital. Like I've been talking a lot about the Spotify issue as well, and streaming services, gradually just put their prices up, but
Hmm.
are not paying any of their artists money out of that.
I get 1 cent per play or something. I was getting on
Yeah.
Spotify. I lost a lot
Yeah.
of listeners when I let my thing just go through and never and took down the songs. I did that
Mhm.
because I wasn't paying $39 again to release it, and then $11.99 for each song. But now they got the new prices up there, like $19.99 for unlimited releases, then $39.99 for premium releases where you can release to everything, and so they got a little bit better prices, but just like you said, it's like you have to do more research on them before you release your stuff, your product, because at the end of the day, it is your art. If it is your art, you know what I mean? What I mean, like some people do put other people's songs on there and pretend that it stirs and all this kind of stuff. I see people putting fake names up there to just get clickbait, to get people to go on their page, and when people find out they're not the real artist, it's like, what the heck? It's like, I've been seeing that shit a lot. I don't know, and these people be like, pay us $19.99 and we'll get you 500 plays. Who's these 500 people?
Yeah. The look. Don't look. When you're in the beginning, is you make these little mistakes, but yeah, don't do pay for play. It's better off just getting it organically, because it's chances are those followers that you paid for, they're fake accounts, and Spotify finds out, they could just delete it all just like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because I got on the thing on SoundCloud, right? And you type in my name, Nasty One, you'll get like different people called Nasty this, Nasty. I'm like, what the heck? Is it almost like Lil Wayne now? Like everybody got Lil Wayne in front of their name. Now everybody got Nasty in front of them. It's like, what's going on here? It's like, I'm gonna let you know, Nasty is not really a promotional name. A lot of people think when I tell them Nasty One, sometimes when you Google search it, it brings you to a GoDaddy site that it says I promote, and I'm like, what? I don't remember opening up this web domain. GoDaddy Nasty One. Like, who's this? And then you type in another one, you'll get a Spanish guy. And I'm like, yo, who's this Spanish guy with my name? What's going on here? But that's how it is. Everybody got people. There's another person out there probably with your name, Steven
Yeah.
Radio Show. And it's like, yo, how do I find the real person of you? Because there's so many of different yous out there now. People's trying to
I know.
clickbait.
Yeah.
And I think that's how you get the free views, because they make up weird accounts and fake accounts or something.
Yeah, that's what's going on. Clickbait as well. In music, YouTube, everywhere. It's all clickbait on social media. Yeah, I don't know. Clickbait. It's so misinformation.
Like, I just tell people, if you like my shit, you like my shit. Like, you know what I mean? And that's it. And same with back in the day, but it was easier. You could have a box with you, and people come up if you're trying to sell it, and you have the CD playing. And they hear the music, they're like, "Oh, what's that?" Well, that's my stuff, original stuff. All right, can I get a copy? $5. Boom. It was like that. Now it's like you have to go through 25 different other people to order, get whatever, and you maybe only get $1 of that.
Yeah,
And
pretty sad.
I'm like, damn, it was all my work to cover everything like that, because I signed a line to you on a dotted line to your label. You're taking all my work. That's weird.
Yeah.
But so you gotta
So,
watch what you do.
when you were selling CDs, were you with a label or independent?
I've been independent, basically never with a label. I just went and registered my name as a business name to have a label name so I can sell my music. That's basically
Yeah.
it. As a business, so they wouldn't come, you took something. And to copyright my music, basically I mailed it back to me, all my writing and stuff. It's somewhere, I don't know, and all that. But that only holds up so much in court. But I ain't out here to sue nobody. You know what I mean? So it's like, yo, music is music. If you like it, you like it. You
Mm,
know, I can't tell. I like Mozart, and people be like, how you like Mozart when you a hip hop junkie? I'm like, yo, I like when you're a DJ, you like all genres of music. You have to. You're a disc jockey. You're on radio. What if they change your show to a rock show? Now you
mm,
know rock music. You know what I mean? You're not might not be a genius at it, but at least you know some about rock if they change your format.
mm. Yeah, exactly. But I've been very happy with Bandcamp. At least it's good for independents to get distribution out there,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and uh,
I
and
never
I,
had a manager. I'll
I
tell you, I never had a manager, and I never had a producer. But I always had people that always believed in me. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
So that's why I always stayed independent. If a battle comes, I might go to it. I might not. I never was booked trying to get seen or something. I always been wanting to be just like, okay, cool. If anything comes out of it later, then it comes out of it. But if it don't, I'm just doing it because I love it. I don't, you know what I mean? Once I start doing it for other things, money and cars and stuff, then I'll be like, all the songs be stupid what I rap about. I got a diamond car cutting through streets. What the fuck?
mm, I know. Yeah, it does happen to a lot of the big rap artists as well. I think DMX had problems with the record company because they'll tell him to write music that he hated, apparently. And yeah,
Yeah, he didn't want to go commercial. You know what I mean? They wanted him
mm,
to go, yo, you gotta make more radio tracks. So he had radio tracks, but they were just still too grimy. Like they couldn't get as
mm,
much play as they wanted. But he had some good ones too, like Party Up in Here. But still, when you listen to that, he's talking about robbing people with it, you know, and
mm,
going to the club after he robs them. So
mm,
basically, you know, a lot the people he didn't want to water down it, and I love artists like that. God rest that didn't want to water down their format because some people. The industry will make you water it down. Look at Kanye, how he got watered down.
mm.
Now look at Kanye now. After he got watered down, they don't want nothing to do with him.
Yeah, the Adidas dropped him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, and it's not just because of him saying wrong things, it's other things. He ain't doing what they want him to do anymore. He wants to be his own, you know? So but you got signed for that image, what you are. So
Mm,
you got to be that image when you get signed. You get what I'm saying? That's the thing about
exactly.
putting your name on something. We signed you to act like Nasty One. We didn't sign you to act like Charlie. So
Mm,
can you be Nasty One? Like I'm like, but that's for music though. Like so you want me to
mm,
rap every day where I go? Like every interview you want them to have music playing in the background?
exactly. All right, thanks for that, Charlie, and thanks for being back on the show since we last spoke to you. It was always great to get your input on the music industry as well. But yeah, again, it comes down to the you know issue of yeah, well, it's like I listen to DMX on my playlist every now and again. I'll listen to 50 Cent as well and about the whole music business side and mental health problems are happening in the industry as well, where musicians just crash, and sadly, drug use happens, death, because it's like they got nothing to look forward to, and when you surround yourself with the wrong people, wrong managers, crook managers. There was one of the managers of the Backstreet Boys who was a con artist, and the Backstreet Boys never saw any of that money ever. And yeah, I guess we just need more happiness in the world now, because it's 2023. It's a new year, It's like I'm all the way in Australia. I'm an independent musician as well. I actually feel more better not slaving for another company and being able to promote my own uh, work and my own creative outlet to life. Because the last thing you don't want to be suffering depression and anxiety as well. Depression and anxiety is bad. It I guess life is just too short to you know have these problems going on in your life. I mean, like I said before, it's more so not comparing yourself to other people and being your own brand and not trying to copy someone else. It's like Ja Rule. We all know who Ja Rule is from the Fire Festival. If you Ja Rule grew up a Jehovah's Witness, he did, and his persona, you can just tell he putting on something like that just makes you look stupid, and people can see it right away. I guess just be your own brand. We saw with Kanye West and how he pretty much lost his shit because going on about, I don't know, certain topics that Adidas decided to drop him as their sponsor. And then you think it's like money these days controls everything. It's soon as people have money and power over your life, that's how they gain that control. It's like a boss hiring an employee. They put that fear into your life because they know, well, you're only one paycheck away from going homeless. So it's strange how money is it can control things, but it can be used for good in the world. But you're listening to the Stephen Shields radio show. This podcast is available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or wherever you subscribe to your podcast. If you could like, share, and subscribe to the podcast, it would really help a lot. And, my music is available on Bandcamp as well under Stephen Shields. And I've enjoyed my journey as a composer at the same time. So that's what I do. And keep believing in yourself and just keep writing and use those tips and strategies that I suggested to, overcome writer's block at the same time and just get it out there and know that uh, it's uh, it's a journey and it's a learning experience. Any creative work you do, poetry, cartooning, animation, music, podcasting, always learn from other people's work. You know, listen to more music in that genre that you like. Watch more cartoons, read more poetry, other people's poetry, and see, okay, this is making sense. and have fun with it, and just keep it simple. That's all how I like to see songwriting is. You just keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Don't complicate shit than what it is. You just keep it simple and easy as well. Because that's how I see it today. Is keeping it simple and easy. The point moving forward now, I do discuss a lot of politics on the show. I have seen a change in Australia where economic wise, music and all the creative arts industry has been impacted quite hard financially since 2020. It's only starting to regain itself, and it's nice to see that things are slowly moving back. Yeah, I'd say to normal. And it's like you look back 3 years ago, March 2020, when the pandemic was declared. It was like, I remember going on my last ever cruise ship. I think that cruise, I think in February 2020. I went on the cruise, and I was just so happy to be able to be on a cruise ship, because it was like, when was going to be the next time we had our freedom back? Because it was like all of a sudden we were just living life to normality, and then bang, like that, 24 hours later, everything just shut down. This is when they started introducing the whole lockdown, shut the gyms, and all that other stuff. And it felt so fucking weird. People panic buying toilet paper and pasta and vitamin C and, oh, for fuck's sake, Strepsils. Yeah, every day mass media would try to bombard you. The world was gonna end. All these things, the daily press conferences came out. Look, I've had COVID. I've had 4 vaccines of coronavirus, and I still copped it very fucking bad. Not good. And they were saying, oh yeah, Australian TGA were testing the AstraZeneca vaccines out on people. And we're seeing now that it's becoming like, oh, you have to show your vaccine pass. And for me, just to go to the government dentist, I had to show my vaccine pass. You see where this control is coming from in life. Do you see what I mean? Where the hard times we are living in now is showing up to the point where sooner or later changes need to be made after the hard times have hit. Because we were promised as a nation, the whole world was promised, and if we all took a jab from either Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, we're all going to be safe, and we were promised, hey, you'll never get COVID. And then they kept changing their minds. Oh, you can still get COVID even being with a fourth vaccine. And like I've said before on the show, my body has a low antibody to it, low immunity. I was quite shocked, actually, that I had a low antibody and a low immunity. But in the end, I decided to just keep working and pushing on. And, I said to myself last year, I was going to get to 400 YouTube videos. I was going to get to the 400th episode of the Stephen Shields radio show. I set my goal for that, and I did that. I still showed up. I still had the back of my mind, even being I'd say bedridden, yeah. Because it felt like when I had COVID, all my energy was just sucked out of me. It just felt like, you know, things like just didn't want to eat, didn't feel motivated, agitated, wanted this thing to leave. But you know what? We've got to show that we can't trust everything that our government says. I've said this before. Never trust the bank and never trust the government. Like, I think now is a point where we need to find that the truth needs to come out sooner or later in hard times, you know. But I want you to know that I'm with you. And, going through a bit of a rough patch in life at the moment. That's probably why I haven't been on Wisdom. I'm still producing at least a weekly show to get it out there for you. But, I hope all my listeners can feel inspired to stand up for the truth. We've seen it in Melbourne, Australia as well. How Melbourne, I don't know, Melbourne, Australia, for some reason is like a dictatorship state, police state over there. The Premier Daniel Andrews and the lockdown hell that we saw, where our world government, especially the left leaning governments, used this, you know, I think that we've got to see that there is a point in life right now. So the point I'm saying is just enjoy the time that you're here on this earth. Just enjoy that your purpose-driven life. and where you want to succeed in the world. Guys, I'll leave it there for now. Please like, share, and subscribe to the Stephen Shields radio show. Turn on your notifications wherever you get a new podcast. New podcasts are available every Friday at 6 p.m. Sydney, Australia time. Bye for now.